Smart people don't crash because they're careless. They crash because they're curious. They push too far, overthink too long, and turn self-improvement into self-destruction. They'll call it growth. They'll call it discipline. They'll call it anything but what it really is, a slow, beautiful collapse disguised as progress. Because when your mind is sharp enough to see every possibility, it also sees every flaw, and that's the beginning of the spiral. Number 10, the overthinking trap. Smart minds never rest. They analyze until reality stops making sense. Every choice becomes a chessboard of possibilities, and every possibility becomes a threat. What if I choose wrong? What if there's a better way? What if I fail at being exceptional? So they build systems, routines, mind maps, trying to outthink uncertainty. But the more they plan, the less they move. Perfectionism replaces progress. Reflection turns into paralysis. It's not laziness. It's analysis of survival. When your brain evolved to solve problems, it starts inventing them, just to stay busy. Number 9, the productivity illusion. Intelligent people love efficiency. They treat their lives like code, debugging, optimizing, upgrading, but soon, life itself becomes a performance review. Every second has to produce something. A second, see a skill, a dollar, a dopamine hit. Rest feels like regression. Boredom feels like guilt. They call it grind culture, but it's really fear of stillness. The panic that without output, you disappear. That's how self-improvement becomes self-erasure. You replace being with doing and call exhaustion momentum. Number 8, the pain of potential. No one suffers like someone who knows what they could be. For smart people, potential is both gift and curse. It whispers, you can do anything, but it also mocks. So why haven't you? Every achievement becomes proof you should do more. Every failure feels like betrayal of your own ability. So they chase every horizon, new skills, new startups, new philosophies, until life becomes an endless self-upgrade. The tragedy, potential is infinite, and humans are not. Number 7, the identity crisis of growth. Smart people don't fear failure. They fear stagnation. Standing still feels like dying. So they reinvent themselves endlessly. New habits, new mindsets, new selves. But every reinvention kills the last version of them. Growth stops being about learning and starts being about escaping. They call it evolution, but it's really a quiet war against who they already are. Because admitting I'm enough feels like quitting the game. Number 6, the logic of self-sabotage. The smarter you are, the better you get at arguing, especially with yourself. So when self-destruction knocks, it doesn't look like chaos. It looks like a plan. You overcommit, overanalyze, overperform, and call it dedication. You isolate yourself in focus mode and call it discipline. You burn out and call it growth. Because intelligence doesn't protect you from bad ideas. It just makes you better at justifying them. Every breakdown becomes a lesson. Every panic attack becomes character development. Until you're too busy learning from pain to ever leave it. Number 5, the perfection feedback loop. Smart people don't chase goals. They chase flawlessness. It's the illusion that if they fix every detail, they'll finally feel safe. But perfection has no finish line. It's a treadmill powered by self-doubt. Every victory is audited. Every compliment discounted. They believe the next version will be peaceful, the next body, next project, next mindset. But peace isn't a reward for doing better. It's a skill for doing enough. Number 4, the addiction to improvement. Growth is a drug, and smart people have the best dealers, books, podcasts, self-help frameworks. They turn every flaw into a project, every insecurity into a system. But at some point, they stop living and start updating. Every moment becomes a patch note. Every emotion becomes data. It feels powerful until you realize the one thing you never improved was your ability to rest. Because real growth isn't expansion. It's integration. Learning to keep what you already earned instead of replacing it again. Number 3, The burnout masquerade. By now, they've built a masterpiece of exhaustion. From the outside, they look unstoppable. Inside, every cell is screaming for mercy. They'll call it a phase. Or manas hasuras shakakibirabetaman. They'll meditate harder. Kung we're not going to concern, wani honamanich, journal better. I'll sure finish on no one. Schedule recovery like a meeting, but you can't optimize your way out of emptiness. That's the final stage of high-functioning collapse. When you confuse coping with thriving, when the mask of competence fits so tightly, you forget it's a mask at all. Number 2, the mirror moment. One day, it cracks. The plans stop working. The praise stops helping. And for a moment, the noise goes quiet. That's when realization hits. You didn't build a better self. You built a cage made of goals, and the door was never locked. Growth was supposed to set you free. Instead, it just gave your ego a better disguise. In that silence, you finally hear the truth. You don't need to become anything. You just need to stop running from what you already are. Number 1, the cure, unlearning progress. The smartest people eventually learn the hardest lesson. Not every problem deserves a solution. Not every feeling needs improvement. Not every season of life has to be optimized. Because real wisdom isn't knowing more. It's needing less. Growth was never the goal. Integration was to hold chaos and calm in the same breath. To let life be unfinished and still feel whole. The self doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be present. So if you're tired of chasing your own potential, stop climbing for a minute. Look around. You might realize you've already arrived. That's all for today. If this one hit a little too close, good. It means you're starting to hear the noise behind the noise. I'll be making more videos like this, exploring the psychology of ambition, burnout, and the quiet madness of being human. Subscribe to Hidden Reflex, where we don't teach you how to grow faster. We teach you how to stop breaking smarter.